Morning, it is Friday. You've made it to Friday. Week been epic, bit mixed. Let me know. There's a lot of people who are frustrated at the moment. I can feel that in clients. They're a bit frustrated. Things maybe not going the way they wanted to in January. But that is life, right? So don't focus on the New Year, January. Oh, everything's great. Everything should be great. Getting motivated. January's come, and then that motivation's not been there, and get a bit frustrated by it. It's all good, right? We start every day. So that's why I thought I'd come on here and give you some tips on how to start eating healthier today. So you can start implementing it straight away. 3 easy tips so it's not complicated. And let's be honest, when we're eating healthier, we feel better. The truth is, you know that saying, eat crap, feel crap. So it's totally true that when we start to eat healthier, we feel better, gives us more energy. It means we've got energy to take action and do the things we want to do. And it also makes you feel good mentally because not only are you feeding your body with different nutritions in terms of nutrients, micronutrients, macronutrients, you're also just feeling better because you're doing that thing for you. So there's that psychological impact of eating healthier too. So let's get into it. 3 tips on eating healthier. Can you say it? 3 tips on eating healthier. So number 1, let's get color into your food. When we're in the winter, the darker months, I mean, it's cloudy as today, I've got extra lighting on, and we can tend to go for the comfort food. So all the beige food, the comfort things. And I see it on the social media all the time, right? These pictures of these beige food. And it's almost like we're in this culture of, look what I'm eating. Look at this big plate of beige. Look at this Chinese. And it's like brown on brown on brown. And it's not necessarily the greatest quality either. So think about how you can get colour into your food. How colourful is your breakfast? How colourful is your lunch, your dinner, your snacks in between? And this doesn't mean you have to have apples. So I know some people like go for an apple because that's what you used to. If you don't like apples, don't have them. I don't eat apples or oranges. They give me migraines. I'm allergic to them. Therefore, I go for other fruits. You know, if you've got a Morrison's nearby, they do wonky mangoes, which are great. You can get like 3 giant mangoes for like, I think it's £1.20 or something like that. So yeah, it's that whole thing about be engaged in what you're having in terms of the foods, the colors. And the more color there is in your food, the more you're going to enjoy it because we eat with our senses. You know that whole thing about eating with the eyes? Absolutely true. So the more colorful your food is, the more you're going to enjoy it and lift you up. Think about when you go on holiday. Like people want to go on holiday, it's like hotter, the sun's shining, they'll have the salads, they'll have the fruits, and then they come back here and you come back home and you're like matching the weather. So you have the beige foods, the duller foods, and actually what you need is fuel to lift you up, things to make you feel good and engaging. So think about, if you're in that place, I pointed there, and that painting behind me, the blue sky, then what would you have? What fruits would you have? What colour veg would you have? What sort of things would you be buying if you were at the local supermarket? So think about if you're on holiday, it's a hot sunny day, sunshine, how can you get that sunshine into each of your meals? And for breakfast, that could be throwing in a handful of blueberries. For lunch, that could be adding some red pepper for that vibrancy. And then for dinner is looking at actually sweet potato, bright orange, right? So what else can you do to add colour in? And you can start off with one colourful thing, or you can do 2 or 3 if you really want to challenge yourself. But make it a competition. If you've got kids, have a little competition. How many colours can we get into each of our meals? And like I say, the same with snacks. What can you have a snack that's not beige, not your standard potato chip? Get something like the raw natural bars that have got different fruits in them, cranberries and pomegranate, that sort of thing, and see how much colour you can get into your food. And that is an easy tip to do. So you can literally start doing that. Hopefully you've had your breakfast, but if not, you can do that for lunch. How colourful is your lunch? And if you're out and about and you're in the supermarket, avoid the meal deal part and look at the kind of deli food section and the big whole fruits and look at what colour can you add into your lunch. So even if you're having to grab something that isn't the most appealing, can you pick up a bit of fruit just to add that colour to your lunch? So number 1 is about getting colour into your meals and your snacks, and that'll start you off eating healthy straight away. Number 2 is all about breakfast. So I just mentioned it there. So it's about having breakfast, right? So at the weekends, you'll probably tend to have breakfast. You might get up a little bit later. But what can you do to plan your breakfast for Saturday, Sunday, Monday? Now, I know in Scotland, some people have a breakfast habit of a morning roll, which will typically be some sort of processed fried sausage or some processed fried potato scone, something along that. It's kind of greasy kind of morning roll. So let's think about what you can do tomorrow, the next 24 hours, to have a breakfast that is going to lift you up. So what can you have? Imagine if you're going out, you might fancy poached eggs, a bit of scrambled egg on toast, and maybe actually porridge as your thing with loads of lovely fruits on the side, or maybe Greek yogurt to get your protein hit, putting some fruits in that too, if your chia seeds, your flax seeds. So think about what can you do the next 24 hours to make the breakfast you're having a healthier one. So plan it. So you're not hitting that fatty, greasy food on a Saturday morning when you get up late and wondering why you're fatigued by the afternoon. So what can you do tomorrow to brighten up your breakfast? So again, incorporating the colors, but having something that's more high quality, that's going to fuel you for longer, fill you for longer, and it's got protein in it. So like I say, if you're going for the Greek yogurt, fruits, chia seeds, flax seeds. Also, if you're going for a scrambled egg, you can put flax seed on top. You can sprinkle chia seed on it. Chia. I never know how people say it. But yeah, think about how you can get protein in that breakfast in the morning and make it a bit more higher quality and spend a bit of time on it. A bit of self-care. I'm not saying spend 25 minutes, but just that self-care to invest in your breakfast on that Saturday morning. Use that as a reward for it being the weekend rather than being alcohol or takeaway this evening. Think about actually, what can I do tomorrow to have a really great breakfast? Again, as if I was away somewhere on holiday, and what can I do to treat myself in colours and proteins and high quality foods into my breakfast tomorrow? And I want you to continue that theme for Sunday, and I want you to plan and continue that theme for next week. So don't try and go all in if you're not used to having breakfast. Don't overload yourself, but try and have breakfast certainly at the weekend, and then maybe 2 days during the week if you don't normally have breakfast. If you do normally have breakfast, again, look at implementing the colours and look at implementing protein in it. So recap, number 1 was all about getting colour across your meals and snacks, and that can start right from the next thing you eat. Number 2 was about planning your breakfast tomorrow. What can you do around your breakfast tomorrow to make it more colourful, so incorporating one, but also something of higher quality. So higher quality in terms of getting the vibrancies of the fruit in it, the protein in it, and staying away from the processed meats and the lower quality bread products, so the white rolls and things like that we traditionally have in Scotland. So what can you do to make your breakfast tomorrow higher quality, full of colour, full of vibrancy, taking a bit of time to enjoy what you're going to make? Which takes us on to number 3. Let's talk about, it's always a tough one, this, cutting down on your caffeine intake. We have such a culture of being told that you need caffeine, right? So everywhere, you need a coffee. I need a coffee. How many times do you say a day? I need a coffee. I've got an energy low. In the morning, I need that coffee to get me out of bed. And you see, even in the meal deals in the supermarkets, there's all these Red Bulls, Monster drinks. Even with them, this one that's doing, I won't even mention it, it's not an energy drink as such, but it's the electrolyte drink that's doing the rounds of being, no one can get their hands on it because of brilliant marketing, right? So the marketing world tells you need caffeine. The truth is you don't need it, but most of the world is addicted to it. So what can you do just to start swapping out a coffee? So think about anything after kind of 2 o'clock in the afternoon, try not to have a coffee. Look at having a herbal tea, look at having some sort of soft drink if you need it. And what I mean by soft drink is not fizzy juice. I'm talking about a cordial if you need something a bit different, or pop some fruit in your water. So let's look to try to cut back that coffee and replace it with something else. And like I say, that's not necessarily replacing it with a Red Bull or a Monster drink. I'm talking about replacing it with something like a glass of water with some cordial. I'm talking about replacing it with a green tea, a herbal tea that you enjoy. Experiment with the herbal teas. Not all of them are nice. You have to open up your taste buds, but some are nicer than others. So what can you do to reduce your coffee intake to get you off the caffeine? Because what happens with the caffeine is the peaks and troughs of energy, right? So, I'm feeling low, I need a coffee. Go and get coffee. Oh, great, now I've got loads of energy. Oh, I'm feeling low again. Oh, time for a coffee. Do you want a coffee? And then with the coffee, the bitterness, you might then reach for the sweet stuff in the afternoon too, which then hits up. I always say coffee's a bit of a gateway to cake and biscuits, because that's often what people do to take away the bitterness. So what can you do to just even take out one coffee a day, and try not to have any after 2 o'clock, so that your sleep quality is much better because it stays in our system for a long time. All right, so that's my 3 tips on what you can start doing today to implement how to eat healthier. So recap, number 1, get colours in your foods and snacks. That can start right from now. Okay, easy task, get the kids involved, take it as a little bit of a challenge. How colourful can your food be? It could be 1 thing colour, it could be 2 or 3, but really take on board that challenge and send me a picture. Send me a picture of how colourful your meals are. take that challenge on, meals and snacks. Then planning your breakfast for tomorrow. So it's something that's got colour in it, high quality foods that are going to lift you up and serve your energy for the day, and allowing you to do everything you want to do on a Saturday. So what can you get in there in terms of protein around eggs, Greek yogurts, fruits, those sorts of things, chia seeds, flax seeds, as I mentioned. So really plan the next 24 hours what you can do to have a high quality breakfast. And the third one there was around reducing the caffeine intake. As I say, people are addicted to caffeine. It is everywhere around us. So what can you do to try not have a caffeine hit after 2 o'clock in terms of that coffee? Switch out for a herbal tea, a cordial drink, water with fruit in. So those 3 things are easy to implement, and you can implement the colour from now, cutting out the coffee, switching out the coffee from 2 p.m. from now, and I want you to plan your breakfast for tomorrow. And like I say, if you're someone who doesn't normally have breakfast, a little extra action there to try and have breakfast Saturday, Sunday, and an extra day during the week. And for those of you who normally do have breakfast, then let's look at getting more protein in there to serve you, set you up for the day, and help you with snacking after mealtime at night. Okay, so we've got colour, we've got prepping for breakfast, and we've got cutting down on the caffeine. That's it. And like I say, you can start those today, but any questions, let me know. But send me pictures of your colourful food and snacks, get the kids involved, get the family involved, and take on that challenge. And I look forward to seeing your pictures, and I will catch you guys next week. Thank you.